What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 12th day of October, and here we are at about $0.00384 right now, 10 hours and 50 minutes left in this day. We've got a good bit to talk about. I'm actually kind of surprised that the price came down this low, but that's okay. The fact that we went down this low is not a problem. It's actually a very insane chance, very awesome opportunity to buy before this next move comes up, before we see a nice massive move to new all-time highs. If we're looking at this here on a 1 hour time frame, maybe something with some volume on it. Let's go to Bybit. Yeah, Bybit perps. I mean, just what a crazy drop that was, right? A lot of volume going into buying there. Looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame, the RSI is pretty neutral, but bearish, I would say. You look like you want to come up. There's some positive things and negative things. That's why I'm saying it's neutral. I suppose overall it is bearish, but stochastics are positive and the MACD is positive as well. I would think that we move up higher, personally. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know where to draw the low from. Like, is this a low that I should take into consideration? Is this a low that will be respected? I don't know. Low to high here. Looks like it's being respected. Bounced right off the 382. That's nice to see. How much of a pump up did you have overall? If you bought the low, you sold the high, you would have had an 87% gain in what was like a day's time. That's nice. Even if you didn't buy the low, you bought the closing low and you sold the closing high. That's a 30% gain. It's not bad. Anyways, looking at this on a 4 hour time frame now. 4 hour time frame here. You do have some bullish divergence. We have higher lows there in the RSI with lower lows there in the price. That's nice. That's something that we were kind of anticipating could happen. You did go as low as 0.00366, and you could go lower. You really could go lower. It is possible, but I'm not assuming that at this moment. The stochastics look bullish here, bouncing off the 50 hopefully, and the MACD does have bullish divergence as well. So if I'm wrong, if we do go lower, I would think that we go just a hair lower, nothing too crazy. Definitely not below this low. From a low here to a high there, let's actually put the low on properly. Let's get it there, low to high. Bouncing off the 1886, nice. If we were to go lower, 0035 to 0033, I think would hold, okay? Maybe even 0031 at the lowest, but I doubt we go that low. And if we were to go that low, it would happen over the next couple of days, and then going into the end of next week, we should be recovering and moving up higher. I'm actually surprised that while the rest of the market's moving up, only Zebec and XCN are moving down. I'm not surprised that Zcash is moving down. It's had a phenomenal time. It's down 12% today, but it's up over the past couple weeks. Like who's going to rub that in your face? Ha ha, Zcash is down 12%. No, it's up a whole lot from the last few weeks. Everything else is green though. Everything else is pretty damn green. Anyways, looking at this again on the 4 hour perspective, the indicators do, in my opinion, suggest that we're at a low point. My call personally is that this is the low, or I shouldn't say, obviously this is the low, but I think that we found the low and that we're gonna, it's a higher low and that we are gonna move up from here. I'm just saying if we do move lower, there are target areas that we could all consider, which are at about 0.0035 to 0.0031, somewhere in that target area there, if we are to go lower. And we'll know that we're going lower. We're so close right now. We'll know we're going lower if we go lower. That's the best answer I can give you right now. We'll know that we're moving higher once we see a 4 hour time frame close back above 004. We get above 004, we should be moving higher, and I think maybe not at a fantastic pace, but at a pace that's good enough. Maybe we could even be green by the end of the day. We look at the daily time frame here. We got 10 hours and 46 minutes left in this day. The RSI overall is very positively structured, right? We have these higher lows going back here, getting overbought, not getting oversold. We're actually right at an area where you might expect to bounce. That's nice to see. The stochastics are right at the 50, same thing, right at an area that we do like to bounce from is the 50. And the MACD, while we did cross red today, there's still 10 hours left, 10 hours, 46 minutes left in this day. We're only down 5%. We could absolutely come up by the end of the day and see some green, flip this back to the green, or even if it crosses red, sometimes you get false crosses. You can get a moment where you're red like this, you come down, you bounce off the zero line there, and then you bounce higher. Maybe if that happens, you know, this next week could be a little bit stagnant, and then the following week would be the week that we really start to expand out of here. I do expect still that by the end of the month of October, Zebec will see new all-time highs. I very much do expect that to happen. So from a high here to a low there, My expectation would be that Zebec is anywhere from about 1 cent to 1.5 cents by the end of the month. Here you are at way less than half a cent. You're at $0.0038 right now. On a weekly time frame, we look at the RSI. You're right at an area to bounce as well. 10 hours, 45 minutes left in this day, in this week. Closing here or in this proximity would allow you to bounce off the 50, which is nice. Stochastics are kind of neutral. And the MACD is bearish if we're being fair. It is bear. Well, I suppose actually overall it's very bullish, but right now it's bearish because you're building bearish momentum here. It is bullish overall because the oscillators are above the zero. But I would think that, again, if we go lower, maybe these indicators allow us to go a little bit lower, but we're probably closer to a point to bounce than we are a point to go too much dramatically lower. So I would assume here we found support at prior support, prior resistance back here on our all-time closing weekly high. For a long time, that's what that was. We're ready to go. We're just back testing key areas for support, and now that we've shaken out the weak hands, we're probably going to rally all the way up, inevitably, to a 3 cent to 4.5 cent price sometime, I would think, by the end of November, if not potentially December. I would think if it's the end of the year, we're talking about 6 cents to 7.7 cents is a possibility, even prices that are beyond that. I think Zebec has a lot of growth to go through, and I believe that this next phase higher will be larger than this recent move here. The next phase up will be larger than this move right here back in April, May. So if we're looking at that in that kind of context, we take that move here, put it at, let's just say the breakout point, not from the low, but the breakout point might be like right here. That would take us up above 4.5 cents. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of November we were up at this 4.5 cent to 7.7 cent area. Anyways, I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said it all. On that note, let's actually look at the ribbons. Let's check in on those and see how things are looking here. Weekly ribbon looks good. That's nice to see. You went below it, so perfect. Area to find support right there. Daily time frame. Ribbon looks like it wants to cross down, but I wouldn't worry about it too much, right? You've been pretty much disrespecting this ribbon since really since July. You've been disrespecting it, so I'm not worried about it at all. You don't really show any significance on it, it seems. So the daily ribbon might not be respected right now. The 3-day ribbon looks good. The weekly ribbon looks good. All that stuff, all that jazz. You're too new to have a monthly ribbon, unfortunately. So I am curious. What about like the 12-hour? What about the 12-hour? Is there anything that we can derive from this? I mean, if anything, I would think looking at the daily and the 12-hour, we might be due for some kind of a move up, a pinch up. But these, when you get to the 12-hour, whenever you get below daily time frames, this ribbon is a lot less reliable. It's most reliable on the weekly time frame, I feel like. But anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. I've said it all. Let's look at x.com, and then we'll wrap this video up, okay? Zebec here. Where are you at, Zebec? All the way at the base here. October 10th, 2 days ago. We're really proud to be working with Zebec. Serious project solving real problems. CEO of Uphold. Okay, so that's cool. Uphold is a exchange, I'm pretty sure, right? Joint sports sponsorships. Now to reach everyday people and small business. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You know, that sports sponsorships, I think, are actually a big deal. That's pretty cool. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but that is something to, it's something mundane to actually be hyped on for the positive effects over the long term, right? How many people know about VeChain because of UFC or Crypto.com because of UFC? Getting involved in sports sponsorships is actually a big deal. I don't care what, it could be ping pong. I don't care what it is. Acrobatic chess, whatever. Some kind of sport. Coming soon on Kraken. That's maybe 2. Maybe you're coming to Kraken. Yeah. CVN is listing on Kraken. Looks like it is. It's already listed. Okay, cool. Good job. Anyways, nothing new there. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? ZBCN is going to rally very, very soon. I would think that it's at a low point now, and if at any point in time you asked, is it a good time to buy? I would say yes. I think it is. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I do think it's a good time to buy. All right, take care. Bye-bye.